The sky turned violent. Storms began swirling wildly above, and bolts of lightning crashed down non-stop. One of those strikes hit a headless knight under Lin Moyu's command, and in a split second, it was obliterated without a trace. A system notification followed instantly. His summoned unit had been destroyed. Seeing this overwhelming display of power, Lin Moyu froze in place, shaken to his core. The sheer force of that lightning, it wiped out the knight instantly. At that moment, he understood this was no ordinary enemy. Without hesitation, he pulled out the Venom God's blood essence and hurled it forward with full force. Let's see if this can stop it. The venom surged ahead, rapidly spreading into a dense cloud that swallowed the claw entirely. As the toxic mist surrounded it, the claw began to corrode and melt. But the relief didn't last long. Within seconds, the claw reappeared through the venom, and it was still advancing. Lin Moyu's eyes widened in disbelief. The venom, it's gone. Even the laws themselves are being erased. Before he could react further, the claw tore through the gas completely and rose above him. From the sky, it unleashed a barrage of thunder strikes and came crashing down. Lightning slammed into Lin Moyu's body, but what terrified him more was the descending claw. Panicking, he shouted, "Teleport Shanxia Ancient City." At the exact instant he vanished, the claw smashed into the ground where he had stood, destroying everything in a devastating explosion. When the dust settled, the claw slowly lifted again, but Lin Moyu was gone. Enraged, the entity clenched its claw tightly. Inside the enormous crater it had created, a massive golden eye appeared. Nearby stood the Thunder Tree King, now withered and lifeless. The eye burned with fury. Meanwhile, Lin Moyu arrived safely at Shanxia Ancient City. Still catching his breath, he muttered, "Good thing I gained recognition from the ancient city and the Thunder Tower. Otherwise, escaping from that distance would have been impossible." After a pause, he added, "That thing? It shouldn't be able to track me here, right? I never imagined something that terrifying existed beneath the wind-thunder continent." Back at the battlefield, the golden eye released a surge of dark energy. Once again, the giant claw emerged, crackling with lightning. As this power spread, the withered Thunder Tree King gradually returned to its original state. Even the massive crater began repairing itself, as if time were reversing. Soon, everything returned to normal calm and undisturbed, as though nothing had happened. Elsewhere, Lin Moyu reached a teleportation formation. Well, I might as well head back to the meteorite continent and search for the Origin's secret realm. Activating the array, he vanished once more. In the next instant, he arrived at the Starlight Sea. Without wasting time, he summoned his skeletal wings and shot forward at incredible speed, slicing through the air above the vast ocean. After flying for a long time, land finally came into view. Looks like the Origin's secret realm isn't in the sea of stars after all. He continued forward across the land, but suddenly meteorites began falling from the sky. At the same time, the symbol in his hand started to glow. The primordial rune, it's reacting. Excited, he rushed toward the direction it indicated. As he approached, he noticed someone already standing there. "So I'm not the first one here." Looking closer, he realized that the man also held a primordial rune. At the same moment, the man looked up and was equally stunned. Through his rune, he had already sensed Lin Moyu, but seeing him in person shocked him even more. A human? And he has 2 primordial runes? In all of human history, only a handful had ever managed to possess 2 and survive. Lin Moyu landed beside him. The man greeted him warmly. "Hello, brother. My name is Tang Sheng, level 86. Lin Moyu smiled calmly. Lin Moyu, level 72. Hearing this, Tang Sheng was visibly taken aback. "Level 72, and you dared to enter the lower space alone? No wonder you obtained 2 primordial runes." He chuckled and asked, "You're here for the Origin's secret realm too, right?" Yes, Lin Moyu replied. Senior, I assume you are as well. Tang Sheng nodded. I've been here for days, but I still haven't decided whether to go in. Then he asked, What about you? Lin Moyu's expression turned serious. If I obtain it, then it's my fortune. If I fail, then it's my fate. As long as I give it everything I have, I won't regret it. Hearing this, Tang Sheng froze. He repeated softly. If I gain it, it's fortune. If I lose it, it's fate. Suddenly, his eyes lit up. You're right. I've come this far, why should I hesitate? With renewed determination, he drew his massive sword and stepped toward the portal. I was overthinking everything. Only one person can enter at a time, Brother Lin. I'll go first. Lin Moyu smiled. Senior, I wish you success. I'll wait here. Half a day passed. Eventually, Tang Sheng emerged once again. Lin Moyu stood up and asked, Senior, did you succeed? Tang Sheng laughed loudly. Of course not, but that was expected. Very few people ever pass the Origin Secret Realm. Then he added with a relaxed expression, But now I can return without regrets and focus on reaching the God level. He stepped forward, placed a hand on Lin Moyu's shoulder, and said sincerely, Brother Lin, I hope you succeed. Lin Moyu thanked him. As Tang Sheng prepared to leave, he smiled and said, When we meet again among humans, I'll treat you to a drink. With that, he soared into the sky and disappeared into the distance. Watching him go, Lin Moyu stood up and said firmly, Now it's my turn. He walked toward the portal and stepped inside. The moment he entered, a strange sense of familiarity washed over him. This place, it feels so familiar. After a brief pause, he murmured, It's almost identical to the God's soul secret realm. He carefully studies his surroundings, sensing the unique atmosphere around him. After a brief moment, he speaks thoughtfully. So this is it. The God of righteousness must have entered the Origin secret realm before. That explains why he later created a similar soul secret realm. Not far ahead, a small wooden hut catches his attention. Drawn to it, Lin Moyu walks closer, examining its structure while feeling the ancient aura surrounding the area. This place, it carries an incredibly ancient presence, he murmurs. Stepping inside, he notices a stone placed at the center of the hut. On it is a clearly carved palm imprint. He pauses, staring at it in confusion. A palm print. After observing it for a while, he slowly places his own hand over the imprint. The instant his palm makes contact, a burst of golden energy erupts from the stone and wraps around him completely. Startled, Lin Moyu exclaims, This is the power of laws. The energy engulfs him entirely, and in the next moment, he is transported into a completely unfamiliar space. Appearing in the new location, Lin Moyu immediately scans his surroundings with caution. Where exactly did that bring me? As he looks ahead, he suddenly spots numerous dark figures warrior-like silhouettes, entirely black. The sight instantly puts him on guard. Then, something else catches his attention, a faint blue glow in the distance. Within that glow sits a bowl, and atop it is a figure. Blue text flickers beside it, and the figure continuously recites, The distant stone rune, act without forcing action. The highest virtue is like water, it benefits all things without contention. The Tao gives birth to one, one gives birth to two, two gives birth to three, and three gives birth to all existence. As these words echo, the figure suddenly surges forward at incredible speed, cutting down the shadowy warriors in its path. At that same moment, the primordial rune in Lin Moyu's hand begins trembling violently. Shocked, he says, My primordial rune, it's reacting. Suddenly, a beam of golden light descends upon him. The moment it touches his body, a surge of power floods through him, and in an instant, he levels up twice. Feeling the sudden increase in strength, Moyu gasps. This power, I just gained 2 levels at once. A system notification appears, displaying his updated status. His level has now risen to 74, along with all his attributes: strength, agility, spirit, and constitution. But before he can fully process it, the shadow warriors begin advancing toward him from all directions. They're all targeting me. Instinctively, he tries to summon his units, but quickly realizes something is wrong. My summoning abilities, they're sealed here. Taking a firm stance, he steadies himself. Looks like I'll have to rely on my own strength to pass this trial. He activates the Primordial Runes ability, instantly boosting all his attributes by 1 million each. With power surging through his body, he summons his scythe and charges forward. Using his killing charge skill, he dashes toward the shadows. In this state, I can utilize the abilities of my summons. Reaching them, he strikes one shadow cleanly and passes through, stopping a short distance away. Turning back, he says confidently, "Let's take them down one at a time." He raises his scythe and unleashes Violent Blast, charging into another enemy. The shadow attempts to block, but the moment the strike lands, it is instantly destroyed. Without stopping, Moyu activates Elemental Riot and releases it toward the remaining enemies. The attack detonates among them, and within moments, every shadow surrounding him is wiped out. After clearing the battlefield, his expression turns serious. This can't be the full trial. If it were this easy, Senior Tang Sheng wouldn't have failed. There must be more waves. As if responding to his thoughts, countless shadows begin forming once again. In the next instant, they charge forward simultaneously. As Moyu watches closely, his eyes widen in surprise. They're using the same killing charge I just used. One shadow lunges at him, but he blocks the attack with his scythe and counters immediately. Good, it seems they've only copied that one skill. That makes things easier. Activating God Slaying, he charges forward and begins cutting through them one by one. As he continues fighting, he realizes something. Every time I defeat them, the duration of my rune abilities increases, so that's how this realm works. Relentlessly, he eliminates the entire wave. Breathing slightly heavier now, he says. Finally done. I wonder what comes next. Once again, shadows begin forming. They're coming again. But this time, something is different. The shapes begin to change, taking on a very familiar form. Soon, several figures appear, identical to Moyu himself, each wielding a scythe. They're copying me, even my weapon. Without hesitation, the clones attack simultaneously. One uses God Slaying, another rush ahead, and another unleashes Elemental Riot. They replicate not only his abilities, but also his combat style. Moyu's expression tightens. As expected, they're not just copying my skills, they're copying how I fight. The clones attack in perfect coordination. He quickly retreats, narrowly avoiding their combined assault. I didn't think I'd be this difficult to deal with. The clones lock onto him again, preparing their next move. What I possess goes beyond just these abilities. Even if you can copy my stats and skills, you can't replicate my divine power, the Shenjuyu Cauldron. With that, he summons a bone spear, gripping it tightly before throwing it forward. You imitations disappear. The spear pierces through one clone instantly, destroying it. In the same motion, Moyu dashes behind another and eliminates it as well. He continues attacking without pause, taking down each clone one after another. Soon, only a single shadow remains, standing before him in a battle stance. Locking eyes with it, Moyu grows completely focused. Now, you're the last one.